What's up, guys? Day 75 of the 100 Days of LeetCode. We got an easy problem. It's largest number at least twice of others. Let's do it. So we're given an integer array nums where the largest integer is unique. So there's only going to be one of whatever the largest integer is. So we want to determine whether the largest element in the array is at least twice as much as every other number in the array. If it is, we want to return the index of the largest element, or we want to return -1 otherwise. So here we have example 1. We got 3, 6, 1, and 0. The output is 1 because that's the index of the largest integer, 6. And of course, 6 is at least twice as large as all these other numbers. It's twice as large as 3. It's 6 times as large as 1. And of course, 0 goes without saying. So example 2, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, the largest number there is 4, but it's not twice as large as 3, so we're going to return -1. And here we would basically want this a situation where there's only one number to output 0, right? The only index in the array. Okay, so let's solve the problem. We're going to first declare two variables, and we're going to say largest. We're going to set that to 0, and we're going to set another one called index. We're going to set that to -1. The reason why we're setting index to -1 is because we're going to assume that this is false, right? Essentially, we're going to assume that we're returning -1 otherwise at the end of the explanation. Largest we can set to 0 because 0 is going to be the smallest possible number that we have, so we can just set it to 0. So we're going to iterate through all the numbers in the array. We're going to say for int I equals 0, I is less than nums.length plus I, and that I needs to be lowercase. And now we're going to basically just, I'm just going to be doing if and else if statements. You can do switch. You can probably change up this inner part of the code. But basically what we need to check is we need to go through all the possible possibilities, okay? So the first possibility is that the number that we're currently at could be greater than or equal to 2 times largest, right? So our existing largest number, the number that we're currently at could be greater than or equal to 2 times our existing largest number. And if that's the case, we need to update our index to be equal to I, and we need to update our largest to be equal to nums I. Okay? So that's perfect, that's fine. Now we have, of course, another situation which would basically need to be put after that first if statement. And this is if nums I is just greater than largest. Okay? And we can actually put greater than or equal to. That actually won't matter because it's going to get caught in the next one either way. But if nums I is greater than or equal to largest, well, we basically know that it's not greater than 2 times largest, but it's still greater than largest. So we need to set our index to -1, of course, because we're now dealing with a situation in which the largest element up to that point is not at least twice as much as every other number in the array. So we set our index to -1. And we obviously have to update our largest to be equal to nums I. Okay. And if we fall through that, well, then there's a situation in which nums I is most definitely less than largest. Okay. Now, what we can do here is we can basically say if nums I is greater than largest divided by 2. Okay. And if that's true, then that means that given our existing largest, we have found a number that is more than half as big as largest, which is basically another way of saying that we have to switch our index to -1 because the largest element of the array is no longer at least twice as much as every other number in the array. So here we do not update our largest, but we just set index to -1. And then at the end of this, we are just going to return our index. And that should be valid code. And there you go. So that's how you can solve that one. Again, that was day 75. If you guys like that, please like, subscribe. We got another 25 days to go. Take care.